up on West Dakota Fox News at 9. Inmates with nowhere to go. We shine a light on the state's prison problem. Plus, the state tax commissioner pleads guilty to drunk driving, but says he's not stepping down. But first, a political bombshell in Washington as charges are filed against the president's former campaign manager.
This is West Dakota Fox News at 9 with Molly Martinez and meteorologist Henry Blakes. Your first news of the night starts right now on West Dakota Fox News at 9.
Good evening, I'm Molly Martinez. Since charges were filed against former campaign manager Paul Manafort, the White House is trying to distance President Trump from the investigation. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shively picks up the story from Washington.
Washington is reeling after the first indictments are announced in the investigation into potential connections between the Trump campaign and the Russian government.
Paul Manafort and Rick Gates pleading not guilty to all 12 charges brought against them by special counsel Robert Mueller.
There is no evidence that Mr. Manafort or the Trump campaign colluded with the Russian government.
The president's former campaign manager and his longtime aide making their first court appearance Monday afternoon, just hours after surrendering to the FBI. These indictments are the first by Mueller in his long-running investigation into the Trump campaign's possible ties with Russia. The White House emphatically maintains the president has no connection to these charges.
We've been saying from day one there's been no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, and nothing in the indictment today changes that at all.
The president tweeting his reaction, saying there was, quote, no collusion, while also trying to deflect attention to the Democrats' own ties to the Russian government, asking, quote, why aren't crooked Hillary and the Dems the focus? The indictment against both Manafort and Gates contains 12 counts, including conspiracy against the United States and conspiracy to launder money. A spokesperson for Gates says the fight is just beginning. But all this comes as we're learning, former President Trump aide George Papadopoulos pleaded guilty earlier this month to charges of lying to the FBI about his communication with someone connected to the Russian government.
At Monday's court appearance, bond was set for Manafort at $10 million and $5 million for Gates. Both men agreed to home detention. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Here in North Dakota, State Tax Commissioner Ryan Rauschenberger pleaded guilty to driving under the influence of alcohol, but he won't be serving any jail time. Rauschenberger will have his 10-day jail sentence suspended for a year and will be required to pay a fine in excess of $1,000. Rauschenberger reached the plea agreement last week and will be required to take a chemical dependency evaluation and complete any recommended treatment. He says his plans are to remain in office for now.
I haven't made any decisions yet or plan to make any announcements in the near future, but in the coming weeks and months I will be making it public what my future intentions will be.
Police arrested Rauschenberger in Mandan on September 30th. Since then, he says he has not consumed any alcohol and has been seeking addiction treatment. Well, police in Newtown are asking help in locating a 32-year-old Stanley woman. Tribal police officers say Olivia Carey Lone Bear was last seen leaving Ranchman's 23 last Tuesday. She was in a teal 2011 Silverado. The truck has North Dakota plates reading 839BRC. Lone Bear is 5'6" and 130 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. She has a scar on her right front shoulder and one on her palm. She also has several tattoos, including Roman numerals on her right arm. Anyone with information on Lone Bear's whereabouts is asked to call police. Time now to take a check on our weather with meteorologist Henry Blakes.
Hey, thanks.
Police say a string of car break-ins in Bismarck could be related. According to police reports, 5 cars were broken into on October 28th between 7:45 a.m. and 9:15 a.m. Police say they were parked in lots around the city, including outside Lucky's 13s, Lowe's, Gold's Gym, and Bobcat. 4 of the cars had their front window shattered. All of the victims had things stolen from their cars, ranging from backpacks to a .40 caliber pistol. Police say surveillance video shows a small blue 4-door sedan at the scene of the crime. The investigation is ongoing. And we're learning the identities of 2 drivers killed in a head-on collision in Barnes County last Wednesday. According to the North Dakota Highway Patrol, 35-year-old Karish Groupie and 31-year-old Anthony Cornelius were traveling in opposite directions down Highway 94. Officers say Cornelius tried to pass the vehicle in front of him on the left when he hit Groupie head-on. Both drivers were rushed to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. The Mercer County Jail has been empty for the past 5 months, but it's not due to lack of inmates. Crime reporter Daniela Hurtado explains. Well, one man's trash is a county's mission. Mandan residents will be getting new garbage cans for the upcoming year. Armstrong Sanitation signed a new 10-year contract, and in an effort to prevent workforce injuries and allow automation, the company will be distributing heavy-duty garbage containers with 2 wheels and a handle. Crews will drop off the new 96-gallon cans the week of November 13th. And beginning January 1st, customers will be charged 50 cents a month on their utility bills, and the city says the rate will go up by about 5 cents each year. Some foul play to report. Custom agents at the U.S. border in North Dakota seized more than 1,200 counterfeit duck decoys. They say they discovered a rail container with the decoys inside back in September. The decoys had markings that were in violation of intellectual property rights regulations. Well, Halloween is tomorrow, and we've got some pretty spooky spending statistics for you. According to the National Retail Federation, Americans are projected to spend a whopping $9.1 billion this Halloween. That includes tricks and treats ranging from costumes and candy to decorations.
People are spending on average just over $86 for Halloween candy, costumes, and decor. The order in which they spend that is first on costumes. They're spending the most on costumes.
The most popular costume this year are superheroes and witches. According to AT&T, the most popular costume in North Dakota this year, for boys or girls, is Wonder Woman. It's official. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is raking in the pesos. He was just named the richest man in the world with $90 billion. The announcement comes after Amazon's stock price dropped another $7 billion in Bezos' bank account. Bezos now has passed Bill Gates in the mega wealth game. This isn't Bezos' first time at #1. He became the richest man for the first time in July, but his reign only lasted a day. You know, Henry, I'm really disappointed we didn't make the list of richest people this year.
I know, it'd be nice to be there for one day.
Well, there's always next year.
Yes.
All right, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.